Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kirill, your Justice analyst, and very excited to continue with the Eurovision 2025. Today it's time to talk about our smallest nation taking part in the Eurovision Song Contest, both in size and in their population, and it's San Marino. San Marino was not really catching the stars in the past. They never unfortunately entered top 10, and their best result was with a very controversial entry, partially in Turkish, partially in English, called Say Na Na Na. But the amount of effort this broadcaster is putting into Eurovision is truly remarkable. Their Eurovision selection has consisted of 6 semifinals, second chance round and the final round. I definitely haven't watched all of those because San Marino basically gives a chance to singers from all over the world to come and sing for San Marino and trying to qualify to the final. They also invite some famous Italian artists to the final directly, and I definitely have checked all the finalists. I haven't checked the winner, and I was quite surprised to see some very famous Swedish names called CRL. Juliet, Juliet, I do regret letting you go. I heard the song was a melody festival in Reykjavik, but still cool that the artists who don't make it into the other competitions of other countries go to San Marino. You know, even last year Baby Lasagna was initially not appointed as a part of a lineup of Croatian selection Dora 2024, so who knows, maybe he could be the one who would have gone to the selection of San Marino and would have represented them and would have brought the second place to this tiny nation. Then finishing on place 6 we had our last year's contestant who represented Albania last year, and it's Voce, and she was performing the song Tiki. One of the main favorites of the selection was Ukrainian Mihai Traistariu, called Teslenko, and he was performing the song Storm, which has really reminded me of Tornado, just like 2025 version. I think he would have actually helped San Marino to qualify to the grand final and maybe even get in their best result, who knows, but well, maybe the winner is even stronger. And another cool song which I have noticed was the song I, performed by a Belgian artist Angie. I think it's such a cool rock tune. With the 13th place, I can definitely say she was extremely robbed. But now let's talk about our winner, and it's the Italian singer Gabry Ponte, who is 51 years old. He comes from Turin, the host city of Eurovision 2022, and he's actually a huge superstar in Europe. Especially he got famous as part of the group Eiffel 65, which had some very big hits in Europe and even all over the world. This song Blue was #1 hit in almost every European country and even outside, in Australia, in Canada, and now it has almost 700 million views on YouTube, so they're kind of running to their 1 billion. I think it's such an amazing song. I really loved it when I was a kid. But Gabry had actually a very successful career also outside of this band. In 2002 he has released his first single, which immediately reached top 10 in Italy. In 2021, he has released the single Thunder in collaboration with DJ Lumix, whom maybe you remember from Eurovision 2022. And it also became a big hit in Europe. But while his Eurovision entry Tutta l'Italia, he has actually performed as part of the Sanremo Music Festival. It was also kinda played each and every day as the main theme of Sanremo 2025, so it's kinda crazy that the song which kinda became associated with Sanremo 2025 will now represent San Marino and is even singing about Italy and not San Marino. But in any case, let's first of all take a look at the lyrics of his entry. What I can definitely understand from this lyrics is that the song has some kind of patriotic and and celebrating themes. The lyrics seem to emphasize this kind of national pride and the shared cultural identity of Italians. Gabry is singing about sport events, the football gets kicked. He's proud of the Italian fashion, he's showing the pride about spaghetti, wine, being kind of religious center of the Catholic faith, about Mona Lisa, even if it's now hanging in Paris. And in the chorus, he's of course encouraging us to join his dance with a glass in our hands, and who hears us? All of Italy. And well, All of Italy is also the title of the song. So yeah, kind of funny to see this kind of message representing small nation of San Marino, but in any case, I'm pretty sure that from Gabry Ponte we can expect only some kind of cool, dancey, catchy tune, and I just can't wait to listen to the song, which actually has already reached number 15 in Italian charts. So I will start with the official music video from Eurovision YouTube channel, and then I will definitely take a look at his live performance from San Marino National Selection. Let's go. It definitely has this Mediterranean vibe from the beginning. Great beat, you just want to kind of vibe along, clap to this. Very high quality music video as well in comparison to most of those we saw. Tomato, basilicum, what are they making? Is it this spaghetti or is it pizza? Okay, here we go. I'm just curious who's actually singing, because I thought Gabry Ponte is more like DJ. Quite curious. Ooh, this is a sick beat, I really like this one. Well, I think we will see San Marino in the final this year for sure. What a great summer tune, I think this will definitely become a summer hit across Europe. The chorus is very catchy, I'm hearing it first time, I can already sing along. With this instrumental, I'm really in love, really cool. It would be also so lovely to have like some old Italian guy with small accordion or something like that playing this. So what can I say about Tutta l'Italia? Well, it's definitely such a bop, such a summer hit. I think this is a great song for the Eurovision Song Contest, and it's definitely not something we have heard from San Marino in the past. Maybe I could compare it a little bit with Adrenalina. But you know, I think this song is definitely even more accessible than Adrenalina, so I'm pretty sure that he should score even better, if of course the staging will not be one big disaster. This song has definitely reminded me of some great summer hits from like 10-15 years ago. So perfect entry. Well, maybe it's not really winning Eurovision, but I don't think San Marino has this ambition, and I think with this entry they might really get their new best result. So as I have said, for my second listen, I'm taking a look now at the live performance from San Marino Song Contest. Let's see. Yeah, so actually, as I have thought, Gabry Ponte is not even singing because he's obviously DJ. Well, I would be also curious to see the names of the artists who actually performed the song, but well, let's see. I have to say, it looks a little bit awkward when they show all the time him just lip-syncing to his own song while it's performed by the other guy, so I'm not really sure that European public will really understand this, so now I'm kind of getting some first concerns. The song is such a vibe, it's so much fun. This song is just such a guilty pleasure. I really like this girls dance, and I think the guys singing really do a good job, even though in the chorus there was a huge amount of backing vocal support. But yeah, it still is on the edge of becoming kind of too cringe, because I think this DJ performance is not really working so much. Well, maybe it's appearing a bit strange because we didn't really have so many DJs in Eurovision Song Contest. their result was not really the best. So I'm not really sure how the European public will react to this, because mostly Gabry is shown how he is lip syncing to the song. It's obvious that he's not the one who's performing it. They don't really show the artists who are really singing so much. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned because it's still, you know, not just a song competition, it's also kind of performance competition. And the performance, it could be just maybe not understood by the European public, but let's see how it will continue. But what should I say, this chorus really rocks. I think it's amazing, it's so catchy, and also with these perfect dancers, these ladies, they look so emotional, so they basically compensate for maybe lack of emotions from Gabry. 2, 3, 4. It's just such a vibe. I really hope they will bring some very, very entertaining performance, maybe showing these Italian cliches more on stage, because of course most of the European public will not understand the lyrics in Italian, and I think this is a kind of message which is extremely fun and it should be told. Grazie! So I have to say, I'm feeling a little bit confused by this entry, because I think the song is extremely catchy. It should do really well on Eurovision, but then not really seeing the artist performing it. So basically just having this DJ and kind of fun instrumental with fun dancing. I really don't know what to expect from that. But now, first of all, let's take a look how San Marino did in accordance with the televoting in the last 5 and 15 years in the Eurovision semifinals. And as you can see on your screen, it wasn't really such a great journey. In all the last 15 years, San Marino would have qualified in accordance with the televote just 3 times, but 2 of those were actually in the last 5 years, because of course we had Sarhat and we had also Sen Hit, but it still put San Marino in the last 5 years only on place 23, while in the last 15 years they ranked 30th, which means second worst. So San Marino is really a kind of a country which struggles to qualify, because of course they don't really have this kind of diaspora support, even though this year we actually have a song which I think targets all the Italian diaspora across Europe, because the song is obviously even dedicated to Italy, so maybe it could help to San Marino. But in general, San Marino is not really famous for bringing some amazing staging. Even on those occasions when they qualified, they didn't really qualify with the help of the staging. I would even say that even with those simple stagings, they still managed to qualify because the song was good, the artist was maybe very memorable. So this year I really hope that San Marino does something, because this performance which I saw from San Marino Song Contest definitely lacks this kind of wow effect. I think the song really gives you the potential. Just show us all these visuals and then the song might shine and hopefully bring San Marino to the Eurovision final this year. But now let's see where San Marino will perform in the Eurovision semifinals this year. And as you can see on your screen, it will be the first semifinal and its second half. So San Marino will perform in the same half with Norway, Croatia, Cyprus, Belgium, Albania, Azerbaijan and the Netherlands. So of course the first semifinal has a couple of such upbeat fun songs, for example Espresso Macchiato from Estonia or also Barabada Bastu from Sweden. I feel like those two will definitely catch the televoters more, and the fact that Estonia is in the same semifinal I think is very unfortunate for San Marino, because exactly these two songs will kinda fight for those Italian diaspora votes. Also, if we take a look at the second half, you see there are a couple of other male artists, for example the Belgian one, Cypriot one, Norwegian one, Dutch one, and they all brought also kind of active songs. So based on this whole lineup, for me it feels like San Marino might really fail to qualify. Even if the song is extremely strong, it's just exactly the ones which are the biggest competitors this year for the Sammarinese entry are in the same semifinal. And how do the Eurovision fans like this entry? Let's take a look at the Eurovision scoreboard. So as you can see on your screen, San Marino is on place 25. So it means that the Eurovision fans are seeing this qualifying to the final. And you can see that the gap to place 24 to Luxembourg is actually very significant, but the gap towards Cyprus and Ireland is also quite safe. So it seems like Eurovision fans are really vibing with this, but it's also important to mention that usually the votes of the Eurovision fans in this kind of polls are based more on the official music videos, on the official MP3 tracks, and not on the live performances from the selection. And I think that this song is really profiting from being performed in the official music video, because there you don't really get who is exactly singing. You might think that this is Gabry Ponte himself, but then when you watch the live performance, it is becoming very much obvious. And I think it adds this kind of a bit of cringiness, a bit of awkwardness to the performance, which might on one hand look kind of funny and they might make fun of it, and then this will help San Marino to stand out. Or they will just try to kind of hide it, maybe a little bit like they did now in the San Marino Song Contest, and then I think San Marino might struggle. But how high are the bookmakers ranking San Marino at this point of time? So as you can see on your screen, San Marino is ranked 16, so definitely much higher than by the Eurovision fans, and it's below Lithuania, Czechia, United Kingdom and Italy, and then above Cyprus, Ireland, Australia and Greece. Of course, this kind of result for San Marino would be just a dream come true. They have never been higher than on place 19 in the Eurovision finals, and the song definitely has the potential to do so. I just really hope that they will bring some amazing staging, that we will all be just speechless, and then I'm pretty sure that this kind of result will be achieved. And what about the staging? Well, I think San Marino should definitely take an example of, for example, Polish entry from Eurovision 2014.
Cream and butter, sweet so good. We'll prepare for you delicious food.
Back then, it was very much Slavic inspired. The song was kind of uniting all the Slavic population around Europe, and it got quite a good support from the televoters. Sammarinese delegation really needs to put in focus this typical Italian cliches, maybe showing some grandmas making pasta with this basilicum and so on, showing people how they make wine, maybe also in this kind of more sexy way, how the Polish girls were doing it, just showing us who the Italians are and what they're famous for. So that's what I have thought about Gabry Ponte and his entry representing San Marino in the Eurovision 2025. I think it's a lot of fun. It's also great to have such a big artist, such an established name on the Eurovision stage, so I hope more countries will do so in the future. And it's so great that San Marino is giving such a chance to artists from all across Europe. Please let me know who were your favorites in San Marino Song Contest. What do you think? How Gabry Ponte can do in Eurovision? Can he qualify or maybe not? So definitely like this video, subscribe to my channel if you still haven't, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!